Welcome to Global Nicole. Today we dig into our past and reconnect with our inner primal playmate. There are many experts out there researching and touting the benefits of primal movements, those that we do as babies in developmental movement and also as our ancestors moved, sort of crawling around and squatting and climbing and all of that fun stuff. For me personally, I don't want to do primal movement all the time, but I'm all about balance. So let's play with the primal movement while fully recognizing that I still live a completely modern life. So I still have to get in my car and drive, and I like to sit on my couch and things like that. So it's about balancing the two. And in the spirit of playing and exploring our inner primal playmate and monkeying around, I'm not going to give you do's and don'ts in this episode. So all I want you to think about is, how can you make this your own and really explore the movement? How can you just go at your own pace and listen to your body and just apply some of the techniques and principles and muscles and connections that you found in previous exercise as you move into this? All right, let's get started. You're going to come to your hands and knees. Of course, use knee padding or play with any sort of hand padding that you need. So once you come to your hands and knees, you're going to have your feet flexed with your toes tucked. So if you're on the tips of your toes, when we start to weight bear and lift our knees off, it's going to be a little painful. So really peel the toes underneath you, which sometimes is a stretch for our feet. You're going to have your hands very paw-like, and as if you're really feeling the texture of the surface below you. So the texture of the mat or the texture of the floor, whatever's underneath you. And all I want you to do is push into your hands, wiggle around through your body, find your alignment, find your play, and just lift the knees off. As you lift the knees off, you can keep kind of shifting the weight back or forward from side to side, and then come down and rest. You're going to do that again. Pushing through the hands, pushing through the feet, lifting the knees off, just thinking, okay, what happens if I lean to my right or I lean to my left? What if I shift back and forward from side to side a little bit, and then come down and break? We're going to do one more. Finding that support through your torso as you lift the knees off, just finding this, and it's a little bit of work to be there, right? So I'm just going to play with that. Feel my hands really broad and flat into the mat, pushing the floor away, my feet as well, and then release down. This next one, we get to start to play. So I want you to explore how fast, how slow, how high you want your hips, how low you want your hips, all that good stuff. So we're going to lift the knees off, and you're just going to start to crawl forward to the front edge of your mat and crawl back to the back edge of your mat. And then crawling forward to the front edge of your mat and then crawling back. So what would happen if you explored with lifting your hips a little higher? And staying there. Take a little break for a minute. Come into a squat to break. So then instead of really going into a child's pose or anything like that, maybe you practice this primal squat. Take a breath there. We're going to do another pass. So you're going to push off your feet to go there. So you're going to push, lifting the heels up, going back into the hands and knees, and I'm going to crawl a little faster forward. And then crawling back. Crawling forward. And then crawling back. And then crawling forward and crawling back. Take a little pose, right? Maybe your heels don't go all the way down today. Maybe you practice sitting on your shins with your feet so you get a little stretch in that fascia at the bottom of your feet. Or maybe you practice that primal squat, breathing there. We're going to do one more pass. All right. Play with how fast or slow you need to go, how high or low the hips. Really get tactile with your hands and feet. And you're just going to go forward and back. And forward and back. Right. And forward and back. Resting into that squat, breathing, and rest. So hopefully you had a fun time playing with that. Very simple. You could do more reps. You could play with it. Faster, slower, hips higher, hips lower. If you have more space, you could do longer stretches where you crawl all the way around your living room, whatever is right for you. So my challenge to you is there something this week that you might be dreading just a little bit, right? Whether it be an exercise class or maybe like a deadline that you have a little dread around. What can you find that could add that little element of play and laughter, or really just a sense of lightness to it, so that you can start to lift and shift that paradigm of dread into something of play? Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, keep moving.